Today, we're going to find out if it is worth purchasing your sublimation supplies from Temu, and there is some items in here you're going to want to see, so make sure you stay tuned. Hi, I'm Crystal and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of our crafting tutorials. If you guys have been following me over on the Design Bundles YouTube channel, you guys know that I did a Temu haul with craft supplies and they were amazing. There was a few things that were kind of like, which I'll show you one of those here in just a bit, that you really have to pay attention to the description, right? So let's dive right into this. I got some blanks, I got some really cool stuff, even when it comes to the DTF hack, as well as other hacks for sublimating on cotton. So digging into our bag of goodies, this may seem like a small bag, but I'm going to tell you when it comes to shopping at Temu, they can shove a lot of stuff in a little bag. You guys let me know in the comments below if you have purchased from Temu and what did you get? Was it craft supplies? Did you get clothes? Maybe some kitchen gadgets? Let me know in the comments below. For our very first product, I got some sublimation spray. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up here so you guys can check it out. Look at that packaging, super pretty. It's even got some holographic going on. Sublimation spray is going to allow us to be able to coat cotton fabric, canvas tote bags, and allow us to sublimate on those cotton things. So all sorts of different cotton fabrics we're gonna be able to accomplish with this sublimation spray. Hopefully, we've actually tested something similar before from Amazon. I'll have that one linked below as well as this one. Now I will say with the Amazon one, over time, my little nozzle got clogged. That was like the only issue I really had, I believe, was that nozzle getting clogged over time. So this is something, once you start using it, you want to use it pretty quickly. So you definitely, if you're going to be doing several t-shirts at a time. Now I do believe I paid around $6 or so. I'll have it linked down below. The one thing whenever it comes with Temu is they do fluctuate their price. Now somebody told me that you can actually go back, I think for an entire month, and if they drop the price, you can get a credit back. I need to look into that. So if you guys know if that is true, let me know in the comments below, because if it is, I'm definitely going to start checking it out. So I've got this stuff. We're going to follow all of the instructions here, and we're going to see if it actually works here in just a bit. So I'm excited about that one. So that is product number one. Number two, going into some blanks. I'm just going to kind of grab what I can as we're going here. I grabbed some blanks, so as many blanks as I could. Once again, if you guys have followed my last tutorial where I did craft supplies, you guys know that I tried to grab some sublimation blanks, but by the time I went to check out, they were gone. So make sure that you guys kind of check out pretty quickly whenever you guys are working there, because I've noticed that things kind of come and go. So I did get some coasters here. So these ones right here are the same material. Is it neoprene? I think I'm saying that right. That you would use for your mouse pad, right? So it came with quite a few. They're really, really nice. Looks like great quality, and these were really affordable. Once again, I'll have these linked down below. They were just a couple bucks, and I think it came with around 10 of them or so. We'll actually count them really quickly. That's correct, 10 of these. So there you have it. You can see those are really nice coasters. I've got a few bumps on this one, so I'll just kind of set this guy aside and it'll work its way out pretty soon. But these are great. I'm really, really excited about them. We'll actually be testing out some of these in future tutorials. So make sure, once again, you guys have that notification bell so you guys can see these in a future video. Next up, we've got some more sublimation blanks here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it out of here. These ones are magnets. So I'll go ahead and get those out of there. And they came just like this. Some of them was still in the package and some of them was not. So I think I need to go back to look how many there is. I think there should have been 10 and maybe I ended up with 9. So you guys can see that there. These got a nice magnet on the back. We'll be testing these out once again very soon. These are a nice size. These would be great to put some photos on or even some super cute fun quotes for the fridge. So I'm really excited to test these out as well. We're going to get into some really fun gadgets that I have found I've never ever seen before. Once again, I'm going to test some of these out today. I'm not going to fully make those projects, but we're going to test them out and see how they work. So the very first one I'm super excited about is this little gadget right here. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this thing before, but you're probably like, Crystal, what is this? I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. It looks like this. You could actually get a 2-pack or you can get them individual. There was pink and blue. I went ahead and went with the blue. What this is, whenever you are sublimating tumblers, you know, we try to hold that paper nice and tight while we're putting the tape. This actually holds your paper for you so you can put the tape. Like I said, we're going to test this one out. So do not go anywhere because you guys are going to want to see this guy in action. Going right in with another fun gadget I'm actually really excited about. Not only can I use this for sublimation, I'm going to be able to use this for my adhesive vinyl projects as well. So this right here, let me take it out of here so I can explain. And I was actually surprised too because it comes with a squeegee. So it comes with a really, really nice squeegee with the that velvet on it, so that way you kind of don't rub up on any of your vinyl or anything. But this is silicone, and what it allows you to do is hold your tumbler or your mugs in place so that way you can put your design. So like I said, this is going to not only be for sublimation, this is also going to be for your adhesive vinyl projects as well. There was pink, blue, I think there were several different colors, but I got the pink, and it is really nice material. This is very thick, not flimsy. Super, super pumped, especially the fact that it even came with a squeegee. And once again, super affordable. So we'll play around with this too here in a little bit and just kind of see how it works. Next up here, I did get a sublimation glove. So you guys know that I use my blue ones like this all of the time. And I always tell you guys that Amazon has a version. I'm always linking you over there because the ones that I have are from We Are Memory Keepers. I had actually got them from Michael's, I believe. I either got them at Michael's or I got them on Amazon, but they're actually from We Are Memory Keepers. They were actually designed for, I think, their candle making kit, something like that. But they are similar to the ones that you can get on Amazon, which look just like this. Now, the funny thing is, this guy was like $1 something, but it only comes with one glove. So keep that in mind once again to read it. But I'm not hating for $1 something that I got a glove, because especially you really only need it for the one. So I'm not going to hate it. 9 times out of 10, I put both gloves on and I really just use the one. So if you want to, make sure you grab 2, but this guy is almost identical to the one that I have that is the blue. So I would definitely check this guy out, even if you just need the one for $1 something. The material is great, and once again, it's a great dupe. Next up is another fun gadget. I've been wanting these for a while as well. I was going to grab them on Amazon, never did. These were very affordable over there. So we're going to take them out so I can show you and explain. These are the silicone wraps that you're going to put on your tumbler. So if I was going to be putting tumblers in the convection oven, you're going to put these at the top, the middle, and the end. So this is going to help hold that paper in place and help you get a nice press all the way around. So you're not having to tape the ends like crazy. So this is going to be super awesome. But you're going to use these for your convection oven, which once again, stay tuned because I've got a video coming up and you guys are going to see these in action. But it looks like it came with several different ones, some skinny ones, some thicker ones. So I think all of these are the same. So it looks like it came with 5 thicker ones and it looks like it came with 5 of the skinnier ones. So you could put multiple of these across. This is going to help save you with tape and all that stuff, like I said. So it's really excited. And I want to say there may have been a couple different colors of these as well. But I'm super pumped about these. Now, make sure you guys comment down below and let me know so far out of any of these, are you going to be snagging any of these or you can't wait to see me put them to the test? Let me know in the comments below. Continuing on, I did get some heat tape here. So I did get these thinner rolls of heat tape. Once again, they were around $1 or so. It's identical to the tape that we always use. We grab on Amazon and things like that. So this is the, I want to say, is it bronze, brown, gold? You know, the famous tape that we use with sublimation. So these right here were just like $1 something, a little over $1. And this is that thinner tape. They had several to choose from. They even have the blue sublimation tape as well. So you can grab your sublimation tape over there. They even have that pink tape dispenser that I use that has that wheel and these run through. There were several different tape dispensers, but they did have that pink one. I wanted to order it. I didn't because I kind of wonder with stuff like that, how they get that in the bag. Because I know if you guys see my previous video, I ordered this vacuum right here and it came in a box and it was pretty squished up. Nothing was damaged, but that is quite large. Now shipping's free, so we don't have to worry about the extra grabbing the box or anything like that. But I was kind of curious. So if anybody has purchased the tape dispenser from Temu, let me know in the comments below if you received it in one piece. I'm curious about that. But speaking of this guy right here, I did purchase this one. I wanted to show you guys again today. In my last craft haul, this is a vacuum cleaner, which we're going to use here in just a little bit. It is perfect for vacuuming up the DTF powder that you get all over, or even glitter. It is a desk vacuum. It is awesome. It has a couple different speeds here. And so you just kind of go through here and just pick everything up. And it's really cool because the bottom pops off like this, and then you just dump the bottom of that. It's so cool. So this is another one that I highly recommend. I want to say this guy was around $9-10. So it was pricier than other things that are there for $1 and $2, but this is something that's going to be in my craft room forever, and I love this one. So I'll link this guy down below as well. Another thing I wanted to show you guys before we continue on is in our sublimation, we measure a lot of things. I did purchase this tape measure for my craft supply stuff because I like to use a sewing ruler. I love this, and you guys have probably seen me use it in my last video here. This is one of my favorites. I'll also link this one down below because you can use this with sublimation. Another thing that I did get, you'll see these donuts on the wall here. These are actually tape dispensers. I've had the pink one for a long time. It's actually by Scotch. I got it from Amazon a long time ago. But the other two, I got those from Temu for $1.25 or something like that. They are awesome. And they actually come with regular tape in them, so you can take those out. But the Cricut brand of heat tape fits in those. Now, I use them for decor over here because I'm actually going to order more because I wanted to create something cute there. But I recommend those as well, and I'm going to have those linked below. Moving right along, here's another sublimation blank I wanted to try out. It's kind of cool. It's in this little packaging here, which we'll have to open up. This is one of those angels that you would hang, the angel wings you hang in your car, on your rearview mirror. And so you can actually put somebody's photo on here. So say if somebody has passed away, or if you just simply want to put your kids' photos or whatever, you're going to have this really awesome piece. Let me show you really quick. It is really nice material. I'm actually really shocked. This is not too heavy for your mirror, but it's made out of well quality stuff. So you have your angel wings, right? Then you have this piece right here. This is adhesive you'd peel off, and then we're going to put our sublimation circle, and then you've got this little string here. You could add something else to get it to hang, but it's got a front and back to it, but very nice material. And I want to say this guy was like $1 something, $2 max. So this would be a great item to make and sell, or once again, at Christmas time to gift out to family members. So awesome. And then it comes with 2 of these round circle blanks here that you're going to sublimate, and then we would attach onto here. So I'm really excited about this one as well. So I'll be doing something really fun with this too, and I'll show you guys very soon. So let's move right along here. We got a couple more things in here. So before I show you that, let's move in here to these. I'm actually pulling out 2 at once. So what we have here are luggage tags. So this is another sublimation blank that I wanted to try out. So I've got this one. I want to say it's 4 or 5. We'll count them here really quick. We got 4. So these are super duper nice, heavy duty. It looks like they've got wood or MDF in there. Nice coated, right? And then it comes with these little straps as well, so we can create our very own luggage tag. So once again, we'll be using these very soon. Super pumped about this. Super affordable blanks, and you can definitely snag some. Now, if you had a business, it probably would not be a place to go purchase those things because they may be there today, but they're not there tomorrow. So that's just something to keep in mind. I definitely recommend more towards the crafter. Next up, I'm actually super pumped about these as well. These are zipper bags that are sublimation, but we could also use them for our craft supplies as well to put HTV. So these are little zipper bags. We could put makeup, pencils, you know, this summertime, put a few little things in there in our travel bag. These will be super cute. Once again, put some really cute designs or even full wrap. So those patterns, we could put full patterns all over these and create our very own. Once again, I'll be doing a video on these too. I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags. So we got 6 of these. Very nice quality. They're like a white canvas, but these are made for sublimation. So they are completely ready to go, but you can definitely do HTV as well. But I'm super excited. These are great quality. So these are nice, and I'm really excited too to even put on some lanyards on here and then just kind of really make these cute, or even add on like the little keychain tassels and stuff. You know what would be really fun if I was going to make these for a Christmas gift? We could make the acrylic keychains, hang those on the side with somebody's initial or monogram, then put a cute pattern with their name on here. That'd be cute, or even a back to school item as well. So you guys let me know, what would you guys do with the zipper bags? Next up, this is one of the things that I'm probably most excited. I know I'm very excited about some of these, but I'm most excited to put to test today is their DTF film. Now, they do have DTF powder as well. I'll bring this up so I can show you. I actually found out from one of you guys in the comments below on our last video. That's why I love when you guys share stuff with me too, that they have the powder. I didn't know because I went looking for it and I didn't find it, but whenever I got my package in, it did show that they carry the powder as well. So I'm going going to try to find it and link it below. If I can't find it and link it below, somebody let us know where it's at on here and let me know if you've purchased it. Have you put it to the test? How does it work? Because I definitely want to put it to test for you. So these right here were definitely cheaper. I was trying to say 20 sheets. I do believe these were cheaper than the ones on Amazon, but I will say right now, the powder that I'm using and the film that I'm using is my ride or die, if you want to say. It is my best friend. It is my tried and true right now. It is my golden egg. It is my favorite. It's what I highly recommend. I see a lot of people tell me they have issues, but they are like, well, I'm not using the same film or I'm not using the same powder. Also, something else I get all of the time is I forget to remind you guys to stay in a well-ventilated area and all of those things. What this hack, using the powder that I use, reminds me of is embossing powder. I've been trying to figure out the words of that, and one of you guys helped me down below a while back as well. I used to do a lot of scrapbooking and card making, and it's definitely like embossing powder. So if you've used that, you guys know the deal with that. You know how to use it. You know how to work with it. You would use a heat gun to melt it. It's basically an adhesive. That's what the DTF hack is as well. Now there is different powders. I have tried other powders that do have a smell. So that's something that I get sometimes where people are like, you got to warn with this, the fumes or the smells. I have zero smells coming from my stuff. And mine does not have the warnings on it like some of the other ones that you would actually use for DTF. Now, I've put a couple to use and they were very different. They did have a strong odor, a strong smell. And that's why I always recommend to you guys to use what I'm using because I've tried it out. There's no smell and it's worked really, really good for me, right? But I want to put to test because if we could find something cheaper or if you're going to be purchasing your craft supplies from Temu, I want to make sure that we can find you something that's similar if it does work. But so far we're checking out the film and I will be looking for that powder. So stay tuned because we're going to be able to do another video as soon as we do. But we're going to test this guy out today. I also purchased a Teflon sheet here. So I wanted to go ahead and get this guy. I was trying to see if it said what size. And it's actually 2 pieces. I didn't even realize that. So this was like $1 something as well. So this actually includes 2 pieces. I did not even realize. Let's see here. So we've got 2 of these here. Now these are a little bit thinner, but I've actually used some similar to this in the past and it doesn't matter. There's some that are thicker than others, some that are thinner than others. And I actually do love these as well when it comes to the thinner ones. So these are perfect size. These are the same size as my parchment paper that I'm usually using. And I haven't used a Teflon sheet in so long, so I'm actually excited to try these out. Not only are these going to be great for your sublimation, these are also going to be great for your HTV projects as well. One more product that I grabbed in my last craft haul is the parchment paper. So you guys know I recommend parchment papers and I use them all of the time. So of course I was going to try out their parchment papers, but this is one of those things you have to pay attention to the size. So these are like a little bit bigger than an 8.5 by 11. I think maybe 8.5 by 13 or something like that. So don't quote me on it, but these are not what I'm used to. These are what I'm used to. So I purchase these on Amazon all the time. You guys should see how many times I've reordered these. It's insane. I purchase these all the time. I even got them when they were brown. Remember, I used to be using them. I think they were brown. They were craft paper. And then as soon as I found them in white, same brand, I've been ordering the white because I can see through it. So I highly recommend grabbing these on Amazon. I'll link these below as well. These parchment papers are sized out for you. Now you could definitely go down and buy parchment paper by the roll if you want to. But I love these guys. Super affordable. But once again, I was trying to try it out, but you can see the size there. Now I have used these. I'll use them for cell phone cases. I'll use them for the coasters. I'll use them for my smaller sublimation projects or any smaller project at that. But highly recommend snagging the bigger ones from Amazon. For our very first project, I want to put the sublimation spray to test because I'm super excited about it. Really want to test it out. It has 0 instructions, but because of my prior knowledge, I think I know what I'm doing. So what we need to do is pre-press, pull out any sort of moisture. We're going to spray this. You're going to make sure you do a nice coat in the area that your sublimation design is going to go. And then we are going to hover above this, let it completely dry, and then we're going to be ready to press that. So that's just what we're going to do. We're going to do 385 for 45 5 seconds. And if it's unsuccessful, I'm going to obviously Google until I can figure out some instructions, but I'm pretty sure that's the way we're going to do it. Now, the thing with something like this, you want to also let it set for around 72 hours before you send it through the wash. I've had success using sprays like this, but once again, usually the nozzle will start to gum up. So we're going to test it out and see if it's a complete fail or if it's a success. So I've got my heat press heating over here. You could definitely use a bigger heat press as well, but today we're going to be using our Cricut Easy Press. So let's go ahead and start out with pre-pressing our t-shirt, getting it ready and sprayed, and then we'll print out our design. Now, I'm using a tank top from Walmart. So this is one of those ones that have that built-in bra. So I'm going to get my heat pad in here. You can set it through the top or the bottom. I'm actually going to do it through the bottom. And that way I could get it underneath where that bra area is, so that way I can avoid pressing on those seams. So this guy right here is like 95% cotton and like 5% spandex. So it's definitely pretty much 100% cotton. So we're gonna go ahead and get this in here. Trying to make sure I can get it nice and flat. Just like so. So I'm just going to do that. Just kind of get my, there. Just trying to make sure I'm not stretching it out. So I just kind of got the elastic kind of up and over this area here. There we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this guy ready. Trying to make sure I'm in the center there. So let's go ahead and pre-press. So we're going to start out there. We're going to just pre-press this guy. And I think my design, I may need to use my press in this direction. This is going to smooth everything out, remove the moisture as well as the sizing in the t-shirt. So we're going to do that. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to take that sublimation spray here. And one thing that you may want to do, and I'm going to do it to be safe, is I'm actually going to get this underneath here because I don't want that sublimation spray all over my pad there. There we go. So we're going to protect that. And then I'm just going to press it one more time just to make sure everything is smooth. Next step is we want to remove our lint. This is very important because if you don't, it will get trapped underneath the spray. So the spray is basically your adhesive. So just like the DTF Hack, that is your adhesive. This is your adhesive. So this may be a better alternative for some of you guys than going the route of using DTF powder. All right, so you just want to make sure that any sort of lint or debris is out from underneath there. And I'm a picky person, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of do that one more time. There we go. So now let's go ahead and get ready to spray. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of shake that just a little bit. Some things say not to shake it, you know, but I want to make sure it's well mixed. And then I'm going to spray this in my trash can a couple times just to initiate the nozzle because I've never used it before. And I'd probably do that in between different t-shirts. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now just to clear that nozzle, make sure I'm not getting some big glob on my t-shirt. Now that this is primed and ready to go, you also may want to make sure that you're careful not to spray your entire area. So you may want to set this down in a box and do that as well just to make sure, but maybe get it away from stuff that you don't want to have any sort of, you know, spray on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and start to spray this guy. I'm just making sure that I'm covering everything. There we go. Just make sure you get a nice coat in the area that you're working in. I can go ahead and fill this just to make sure it's feeling damp. There we go. And that was probably a good long time ago. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to hover this guy above it just to kind of help dry it down. One thing that you can do if you're going to be pre-doing these is you could spray it ahead of time and let it set overnight, and then you have all your t-shirts ready to go. So you could do that days and weeks beforehand if you want to, just to pre-prep your t-shirt. I can feel a little bit of that adhesive on my hand, but it almost feels a little bit watery in a sense, but I am feeling the adhesive, so maybe it's going to be okay. Now with these kind of sprays too, you can always add a second coat if you wanted to, but we're just going to go ahead and go with the one. So I'm just drying everything down right now. For me, I'm going to go ahead and just do a second coat just to be safe. So now I'm just going to go over this guy one more time, just in the area that my design's going, like that. And then I'm going to hover above this and I'm going to dry it one more time. While this is just continuing to dry down, we're going to go ahead and print out our design. I'm going to use this one right here. I've already opened up my Sawgrass Print Manager. This guy is ready to go. I've chose polyester because technically now it is polyester. It's mirrored all of the things. So we're going to go ahead and hit print. Now that we have this printed out, you guys can see how gorgeous this is. Now, this is not a design that is super bright and vibrant, so you're going to see that here in a little bit. You guys could probably see that when I had it pulled up, but your colors are always lighter until you press them. But I love this design, and I'll have it linked below. So now what we want to do is I'm going to fold this guy in half, just the opposite way of the paper. So I've got a little fold there. That way I can figure out where I'm going. And I want to go somewhere right about there. I'm just trying to make sure I've got it nice and even. And then I'm going to take some heat tape. This is another cute guy that I got on Amazon. I'll have it linked below for you guys. I've had it for a while as well. So I've brought him back out since I've used my donuts. Love him. But like I said, I'll have it linked below because I had a comment last time about him. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I should talk about him too. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get our heat tape down. And for this one, I'm going to use our Teflon sheet. So we've got it 385 for 45 seconds. We're just going to get this guy right on top, just like so. And we're going to hit go. So I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure here just to make sure I cover everything. Now, where the true test of this is going to be, for one, we're going to see if it's going to fail right now. But it's going to be after we wash it. So we really just don't know, because sometimes you can sublimate on cotton and it looks good, but once you go to wash it, that's where that color is going to wash out. So if you guys are curious about how this wash, make sure you guys check the comments below, because I've put that information in the very first comment. All right, there we go. So we are going to get that out of the way, move our Teflon sheet, and we're ready to peel. You guys ready? Moment of truth. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. It looks great. So this is exactly how these colors are supposed to be. Once again, I'll have this design linked below so you guys can check it out. But that true test is going to be when we go to wash it. But it looks amazing. Love it. All right, so let me get this out of here so we can really check it out. And there you guys have it. How cute is that? I love it. Imagine doing personalized t-shirts like this for the kiddos for the summertime. There's so many different cute summer designs out there, but I love, love, love this because I'm very into the boho designs right now. And I'm originally from New Mexico, so this reminds me of New Mexico here. You guys let me know in the comments where you guys are from. I know that we have a lot of followers from Texas, so I'd love to know that information as well. So here is a close-up of what we have. I think it came out really, really cute. Love that. And once again, the information of the wash test will be in the very first comment. I'll have that pinned, but make sure you guys comment back and let me know what your thoughts are after I give you guys the results. The moment I've been waiting out is testing out this DTF film. Let's get it out and even look to see what it looks like. So we're going to get one of these guys. And then we're going to use our powder that we normally use. We're going to put it to the test. So let's see here. All right. So this is our milky side. So this is the side we actually print on. First thing I'm noticing with this film is both sides look matte. So it's like, oh my gosh, what is the original side? I'm going to kind of show you guys that there. This is not glossy like the ones that we usually use. So the way to tell that is you would want to take, obviously, a corner that you're not going to be printing, that top piece that you're going to just have your tape on, and you can take your fingernail and you can actually kind of pinch it there. I don't know if you guys can pick that up or not. You're going to notice that you're going to peel that off because this is covered in adhesive. So you're going to notice that to flake off. So this is the side that we need to print on. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab a new piece here so I can pretty much tell now. So the one thing that I'm noticing with these sheets compared to what I purchased from Amazon is I'm seeing a lot of damage to the adhesive. So right off the bat, I'm not a fan so far, but we'll see how it works. I'm going to end up losing part of my designs because it's going to end up being like a distressed look because I can tell that there is pieces scratched off and missing. So I'm going to really kind of dig in here. We're going to see. So far, I'm not recommending just because of that. But if that's something that doesn't bother you, then you guys may be completely content. All right. They're all so bad. We're just going to go with one of these. All right. We're just going to roll with it. So we're going to do this guy right here. I'm going to get these guys out of my way, and I'm going to get ready to print it. So what we're going to do here is we are going to line this guy up here. Now, I'm also noticing this guy's a little bit longer than the ones that we already have. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take a paper trimmer and I'm going to trim this guy down. And this is why I do the test for you guys. All right, so it's 8.5 by 11. So I just need to cut the length a little bit. So I'm going to go to that 11 mark there. All right, Perfect. And then we're just going to trim that off. I'm not going to do scissors because I don't want it to be wonky, but I definitely want to trim that because it's not going to fit in my tray properly. So I'm going to get this guy out of the way. When it comes to your tape, you just want to tape it right up at the top, just a little bit, just a tiny, tiny bit, just like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold this guy over just to get that initial fold line. I'm going to take a piece of paper. You do not have to use your sublimation paper. You don't want to waste that. You can just simply use a piece of copy paper. You want to line that up, make sure it's nice and straight. We're going to take our tape down here. Once again, keeping that straight. And then any sort of extra tape, we're going to take our scissors here and just trim that away. So we're going to get that side, and I think we have a little bit over here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to load this into our printer with the paper side up and the tape towards the back. So I'm going to get this loaded. For this project, I'm going to be using this design here. I'm ready to go. You can see that I've actually come down a little bit to allow for that tape. I've got it sent to the correct printer, so we're going to go ahead and hit print. So we're going to see how this guy pulls through the printer. One thing I've also noticed is it's a little bit smaller. I mean by like maybe 1/4 of an inch for that width. So it's not quite 8.5. So keep that in mind as well. So we're going to go ahead and take the powder. Here we have it. So far it printed correctly. So I'm going to show you guys that really quickly. I've got a little bit of black ink here at the bottom, but I'm just going to cut that away, which I'll show you guys in just a second. And I'll actually do it after I powder, so don't waste any time. So we're going to get this guy down. We've got our powder open and ready to go. So I'm just going to get some on one end here. And then we are going to go ahead and just make sure that we are covering everything just like so. So you're just going to want to go back and forth a few times. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to dust off any of that excess. And then really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors and I'm going to trim off that black ink. So I'm just going to do this right here. Now, somebody did comment down below on the last video and said they just wiped it away. I can't remember if it was a baby wipe or a Q-tip. And if that's you, will you comment down below again so everybody knows what you're doing? So I think I've got everything there. It looks great. So we're going to test it out. Even though the paper is kind of roughed up and bumpy here and there and some of that adhesive's kind of off, let's just see how it works. So we're going to get that guy out of the way. I'm going to clean this up and we're going to get ready to press it. This is where my handy dandy vacuum comes in, and I just pick up all of this. I mean, check it out. It's insane. A couple of our subscribers has been telling me that this is what they've been doing instead of using the griddle. So if you guys have been following along with my DTF hack, you guys know I've been using a griddle. They've been taking their Cricut Easy Press, flipping it over like this and using this. So it's 385 right now. I'm not using a timer because I'm just going to keep an eye on it for 60 seconds. I'm going to use my heat glove, my tweezers. Please do this at your own risk because it is hot now. It's upside down. You want to make sure you're very careful flipping. So do this at your own risk. Get yourself some heat gloves. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use that Teflon sheet because I want to protect my iron. I don't want to get any of this powder on my iron. And so we are going to try to attempt to melt this guy just like that. So let's see. I've got it under here. I think you guys can see everything. It's coming to life. It's working. This hack is actually working. Can you freaking believe this? Look at those colors coming to life. It works. So if you guys don't want to go out and get a griddle and you guys want to try this, be very, very careful. Once again, protect your iron. Don't just stick this straight on there. Use your Teflon or your Parchment. If you notice something's not getting done, you can always go around and kind of carefully push that down to get that adhesive going. I'm using a pair of tweezers here, just like I do it with a griddle. And I'll kind of push those areas down just to kind of get that going, and it's working great. So once again, around 60 seconds or so. Once we are done, we're gonna lift this guy up and set it out of the way. I'm gonna get ready to flip this back. Flipping this back, I'm gonna be very careful. You definitely wanna use your heat gloves, but I'm gonna get a hold of that handle ASAP, flip that guy over, and it worked. So thank you so much to you guys that have told us that that's what you're doing. So far, feels great. The paper is definitely a little bit more pliable and movable than the one we're actually using. So now let's go ahead and press this guy and see what it looks like. Now, since we actually cured this with the Cricut Easy Press, I'm going to bring it down to 300 degrees for 20 seconds. Now, if you were not going to cure it and you're just going to go straight on with the powders, make sure you go straight down. Don't shift that and move it so your powders don't move. You're going to press that for 385 for 45 seconds. But we're going to bring this down to 300 degrees. Now, while that temperature is coming back down, we're gonna be using this tote bag right here. How cute is this? So we are gonna get this tote bag. You can usually grab these anywhere, lots of different places online, but you can grab these locally. TJ Maxx, Walmart, you know, wherever you find them on sale, snag them up, probably even like Five Below. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna use my Cricut heat pad in between. This does have a plastic layer, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a Teflon sheet and put it on the inside to protect my mat, just in case that plastic melts for some reason. So we're gonna go ahead and get this smoothed down. I'm gonna go ahead and get my lint roller, clean this up, and then we're gonna pre-press it. So now what we're simply gonna do is we're just gonna take that lint roller and remove any sort of lint or debris. This is a question that I seen last time in my previous video, was I didn't use the lint roller on this t-shirt right here, by the way. And so sometimes I literally just forget to do it on camera. But you want a lint roll if you have lint. I could visibly see that I have lint here, so I wanted to make sure and do that. If you don't have any lint, you don't have to do that step. But sometimes I just simply forget to show you guys that step, or it is just the fact that I know there's not any lint on here. Speaking of this t-shirt, in case you guys were curious about how it does hold up, this has actually been through the wash twice. I actually wore this last weekend for our lake trip, so we went camping and I took this guy with me. One thing I wish I'd have done different, I usually come down around 4 fingers. I should have did 5 because this is a bigger t-shirt. I should have brought it down just 1 more notch and I would have been completely happy with it, but it is holding up great. Next up, let's go ahead and pre-press. So this is going to pull out any sort of moisture, so no liquid gets trapped underneath. That's going to cause any sort of peeling later on, and it's also just going to smooth everything down. So we're just going to go ahead and go over this. Now, whenever it comes to sublimation, so you guys know that we put this on white HTV to help it pop off. You could definitely do that on your colors like this to really help it pop off even further. But because this is lighter colors, it's white with a light mint, this is still going to pop off of it. So whenever I went to find my design, I found something with opposite colors of this. So if I would have used these mint colors, it would blend in. So like, for example, the colors of his eyes might blend in here, but because of the outline of everything else, it's actually just going to look like the bag is popping through too. So it's going to work out on its own. So let's get ready now to line this guy up and make sure it's completely on the pad. I may need to scoot that guy up and over just a smidge. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting this guy nice and even. I try to be mindful with my design, so instead of finding a design that goes in this direction here, I would only be able to work in this real estate. I try to find a longer design so I can really work with that 8.5 by 11 to get it all the way across a bigger tote bag like this. So now what we're going to do is take a couple pieces of heat tape to hold this guy down. And we're gonna get ready to press. It looks like our iron is almost ready. We're at 327. Once again, I'm gonna use that Teflon sheet, but I usually just use Parchment. So if you're using that, continue to use that. But I wanna show you, you can use Teflon sheets. That way you can use them over and over and over again. So that's the one thing about a Teflon versus a Parchment paper. As long as you don't get no sublimation ink on here or none of that adhesive, you're gonna be able to use these over and over. Now, Teflon sheets are made to be able to be washed off. So there's a lot of things that you can actually even take off of here. So we're gonna go ahead and cover this guy up and get ready to press it. Our heat press is back at the 300 degrees, so we are ready to go. So we're just gonna get this guy right on top here, and we're going to give it some nice pressure. I have found with the canvas tote bags, once again, if you watched the previous video, you guys seen that, with the canvas tote bags, you really want to use some pressure with this to allow that adhesive to sink down in the canvas so you don't get any of the distress look. Now, if you don't mind that look, then you don't mind that one. So here we go. It is that simple, 300 degrees for 20 seconds. Carefully lift that guy up. And then we're going to move this guy out of the way. Now, if you guys have been following along with our DTF hack, you also know the very important step with this, the number one thing you have to know is it has to be peeled cold. So we're going to completely let this guy cool down and get ready to peel. A bonus tip, if you guys have a squeegee like this with that velvet on the end, you can simply take your design while it's still nice and hot. And then we're just going to go ahead and put some pressure, rubbing this into that canvas tote. So this is going to really push that adhesive down into that canvas tote. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to see if it's a success. Here we go. Moment of truth. Is this going to work? Let's do it. So we're just going to go ahead and take a corner here and fill. It was an amazing success. I'm actually seeing 2 tiny little pieces where it was probably buffed up here on the on this print. So you guys can probably see that there. I don't know if you guys don't know if you guys can pick that up or not, but there's actually 2 little dots here on the end, and that's probably where some of that adhesive may have been missing. So I can see that there, but anywhere else, I'm not seeing nothing. It actually feels really, really good. Love it. Looks amazing. And once again, so see where I chose a design here that had the similar colors on the eyes? It just looks like this line from the tote bag is coming through. So be mindful, because if you have those colors throughout your design, that's going to wash out into the color of that fabric. So just try to find designs with opposite colors and then stick with those lighter colors like this. Now, if you wanted something that was going to pop off, so if this was a black tote bag or a dark navy tote bag, you may want to do this hack here. Once again, I have that video linked, so if you guys want to see how to do something like this, you could pull that off. But I love it. It came out so, so good. So it definitely did work. So far, it's kind of hard. It's not the sheets that I would go to and recommend buying for me every single day. I would definitely still go purchase the ones that I was getting on Amazon. They come in very nicely. I'm not having any of those issues, and they're not bad. Everything that I purchase between my powders around 20 bucks and my papers are around 20 bucks. So everything is pretty affordable already. So I probably would not do it, but if you guys are ordering from Temu and you're wanting to play around and test some stuff out, definitely check it out. Now, if you guys do want to see me purchase the powder and put both of these to the test because it is something you're interested in, let me know and we'll definitely do it. So here's that fun summer tote. Look at how cute that is. Those colors are popping off of here. So this is what's really, really nice about that DTF hack, is it allows you to sublimate on cotton. Now, this one right here with the spray is also going to do the same thing, but keep in mind, you may want to hold off before you purchase this until you see those results in the comments below, which should be by the time you see this video. I'm pretty sure I'll have it through the wash and have those answers for you down below. So there is that. Now let's go ahead and just test out really quickly the Tumbler wrap. I want to see how that works with the paper and how that little holder and all that works, and then we'll wrap it up. First thing I want to put to test is this little tumbler gadget here that allows us to apply our tape. So I'm so excited to test this one out. So we're going to go ahead and pretend we're wrapping a tumbler. This one's already been done, obviously. I will link this design down below. This is one of my favorite tumbler wrap designers over on Design Bundles. I believe it's Maple.Leaf, Maple.Leaf. You guys let me know, but I'll comment it down below. You guys will see it in the description. So if you just see it, Maple. You guys are going to know what it is, but her designs are phenomenal. They pop so, so good. So we're going to pretend this is a sublimation design and we're wanting to tape it, right? So we're going to go ahead and get this on here where it's going to be. Pretend we're centering our design, right? We're going to get that where it needs to be. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our handy dandy little utensil here. What would we call this? Our little gadget. So I'm holding my papers together, and then we're going to go ahead and squeeze this. Oh my gosh, it's holding it for me. Just like that. Wow. So now that's going to allow me to apply my tape. So I would simply at that point go in here. We're going to do it just for the sake of the deal, right? So now we're going to put this fully to the test. We're going to try out some of this tape that I have hauled in as well. Get that ready for the next piece. And then we're just going to see if it's holding it for me good enough. So we're just going to go ahead and get us a line here. Just like so. I know I got a little wonky, but you're getting the point. And then let's try the other side and see how that works. And then we're going to try out some of these silicone wraps as well. So we're just going to trim our next piece here. Flip this guy around. All right. And then we're just going to do the same thing. We're just going to tape that guy down. Oh my gosh. And so then we can get this guy out of the way so that way I can tape my center. There we go. That's awesome. So this guy right here, highly recommend. I almost feel like even having 2 of them and maybe doing one on one end and one on the other, but really just having it in the middle worked really good too. So this is really cool. This is a success. This is nice. So now let's go ahead and test it with the silicone wraps. Now you guys just ignore this little bit of a jagged mess down here. So I'm actually trying to trim that a little bit so we can get ready for our wraps. So with these here, we're supposed to just slide these on. So let's see how easy it is. Let's try this in first. So we're going to get one end. You guys let me know in the comments below. Have you guys ever used these when it comes to your convection oven? I want to know, have you had a success with it? Is it easy for you to put them on? Let me see. We're going to keep going here. I'm just going to carefully try not to mess up my paper. I'm trying to see how hard this is. Not messing stuff up. Now what I want to do is I want to leave this. I'm actually going to try to keep it on where it's kind of coming over the edge. So hopefully you guys can kind of see this here. I'm not going all the way down to where you can see my edge. That way this is kind of holding and cupping that on just like your tape would. So this is going to give us that pressure. So it is nice and tight because we need it to have the pressure for us, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to try to get one just up here at the top. So maybe with the middle, you would just need your little one. And I think you have so many, so that way you could do a couple tumblers at the same time. So we're going to do this, right? And then I'll scoot this guy down. All right. So it is a little bit of a process, but once again, I could be doing it a harder way, but we're just going to go ahead and scoot it down. I could definitely see where this would be successful to get a nice press and give it that awesome pressure. But once again, if you want to see me put these all the way to the test with a sublimation oven, stay tuned because that video will be out very, very soon. So I actually have a new sublimation oven coming, so y'all do not want to miss it. Make sure you hit that notification bell down below. I've got a new oven on the way, and we're going to be able to test it out. All right, so here we go. We're going to get that guy around. So once again, I'm going to make sure that I kind of keep it cupped over the end just to get that pressure on the edges, and that looks awesome. So I'm really pumped about it. The pressure feels great. I can really feel how flush this guy is up against. So far these two gadgets I highly recommend. These are really, really cool, but I can't wait to put it in the oven, make sure the silicone does not melt. It shouldn't, but I want to really put it to the test and just see what it looks like. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing a few tumblers using that stuff. For our last one I want to test out today is going to be that silicone cup holder. So let's see how it holds our cups. That is awesome. So it's really cool too because it's designed to taper it downwards. So that way it's kind of holding it at an angle. So we could have the bottom here and then that upward. So it's holding it. There we go. That's the way it works. So it's actually tapered. So it's facing you. So that's really cool. I'm going to bring it up so you guys can hopefully see that. It is facing me. So you want to have the base in that lower portion, and then you're going to be able to just have it right there. This is going to be perfect for our adhesive vinyl and our sublimation projects. I'm actually really, really excited about that. And that way then we can really work with it like that. This is also going to be perfect for those Libby glasses, the beer glasses, your tumblers, if you wanted to pop your tumbler on here as well and work with those. But the Libby glasses, applying all those small pieces all over is going to be great. These are super cool. I also highly recommend this guy as well. There you guys have it. We have completely tested out, unboxed all of our sublimation supplies from Temu. We've made a couple projects, tested those things out, and this was another successful haul from Temu. Really love it, really enjoy it. And this one actually took less than a week to come in. I was really shocked. The last one took, I think, about a week. This one took less than a week. There's promo codes, there's coupons you can use to get freebies. You can build up and get all kinds of free cash from there. There's all kinds of really cool, fun hacks when it comes to Temu to get a lot more bang for your buck. So this is really, really cool. I think it's perfect for the crafter, if you will, snagging some of these things, especially little gadgets like this. This is so cool. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Once again, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you guys don't miss a thing.